now.
And go opposites.
Is Eric still there?
No, he had to go. He's in the chat room. He's
Adam
too tired.
Adam wants to
Play
read
some Madonna for me.
up for that?
Madonna.
Yeah, I do.
What's going
Yes,
on?
and
We
I
are
would
back.
like a reading from Adam, too.
Monster Castle Paranormal, KTOK dot, thefringe.fm. And we got Kurt Green with us now.
How do you do?
Right on.
Hello, Kurt.
Groovy, baby.
Oh,
Groovy.
I want you to play Heat Miser. I told you in that cartoon from Christmas.
Oh, you want...
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Sun. You
Oh, yeah.
look and sound just like him. Please play that clip.
Oh, man.
I don't think we are allowed to do that now. We could have done
Maybe
that earlier.
later.
Did you have that in Canada? That was
Oh, yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Oh, please
Me
play
too.
both the Ice Crystal and the Heat Miser.
Oh.
You sound like him though. That Heat Miser. 101.
I gotta hear that.
Mr. Heat Miser.
He
Whatever
looks like
I
him, though.
touch
Look at
starts
his
to melt in
face.
my clutch.
Then look at like the Heat Miser thing. They resemble that. There's destiny that I know something there. I'm sorry, Wolfman. Love you. I'm Mr.
Okay, wait a
Heat
minute.
Miser.
What's going on?
Mr.
Okay,
Shine.
Kurt,
Curtis.
I'm going to put you on hold for a sec. Take a call, Kurt. This one I had to put him on hold. Hello, you're on the air with Monster Castle Paranormal in Paisley Town.
Yes.
And who do we have here?
Hello, hello.
All right, this is James?
Can you hear me now?
It's James, right?
Yes.
All right, I recognize your voice.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh, and we got Paisley Town here. You call for a reading?
Of course.
All right.
So, James, is this your
Yes.
your birth name?
Well, it's part of my birth name, yes.
It's your middle name. Okay. Do you want to give us your
Yeah.
birth name, like your real name?
Sure.
Okay.
Brent.
Okay, and when's your birthday?
2/25/78.
Did you have a question for me?
Well, I always kind of wanted to know who or what I may have been in a thing.
Like in a past life?
Yeah, like I kind of had one of these done before, and it was pretty hilarious.
You had numerology done before?
Yeah, I was viewed as a female mass murderer in the creation of Christianity time period, which was pretty wild.
Wow, that's interesting.
So,
I would never guess that.
Yeah.
I don't do like past life readings, but I can tell you this. I can tell you
Okay.
that you're all about moving yourself forward. You like to go with the flow. You usually like to follow the rules, but sometimes you change the rules in the middle of the game. Can you confirm any of this that I'm saying so far, or is there somebody in the chat room that can?
That is so general. My Lord, that could explain the whole human race. That's not
Well, it's
detailed on
interesting with
somebody.
Brent's birthday, Kurt,
My Lord.
because the name
You're
Brent is a
going with
5,
the
which is a
flow,
water number.
da-da-da-da-da. That's every human on the earth. You did not get detailed. I want to know his mother's name. Tell me his mother's name. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I want to mute myself. I'm sorry.
So Brent, your birth name is a 5. So you'd be very concerned about justice and balance and doing the right thing. Does that make sense for you?
Oh,
Do you
wouldn't
advocate for
everybody?
other people?
All mankind would believe that. Lord, get more
Okay,
detail.
Kurt.
Tell
All
me
right. You
about-
said you were going to
Take
mute
a back
yourself.
seat.
I'm sorry.
Let James get his reading, and just hang tight, buddy.
I'm going to shut up. I'll hang up. Bye.
Oh, we're
Don't
gonna
hang
read.
up.
We're
Just
gonna
mute
read
yourself
you
for a
all over
few
the
minutes.
place. Okay, sorry.
Oh, my. Okay. Shh. Go ahead.
James, are you there?
I am here still. Yes.
I'm mute.
So does that make sense to you? Like justice.
Wherever Kurt is, I'm at.
Okay.
That's my dad's
Quiet
name,
now.
actually.
Kurt with a C or K?
K.
Oh well. See, I'm a C.
I don't know. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
So James, does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you work in justice? Do you work in like rulemaking or like your numbers? When I look at your birthday, your birthday is 2, so that's a fire number. So it tells me like to collaborate with people. But on the whole, you're extremely independent person. You really value like being alone and doing things on your own and not being told what to do at all.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
And I would say you're extremely intuitive. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Both intuitive and scientific.
Very much so.
You love evidence. So you could easily be a teacher, a public speaker, a leader, a person that owns their own company. You wouldn't do well to partner with people so much. Like you might, if you had a silent partner, that'd be ideal for you because you don't need to be told what to do. Similar to Allison's birthday, when I was speaking to her earlier, that you take responsibility seriously. So you usually like to do the right thing.
Yes.
And communication and clarity is important to you. So you'd rather have too much information rather than not enough information.
I am a sponge.
Well, yeah. you would be always like a student and a teacher. Like even if you're 99, you would take courses. Like you would like to learn all the time.
Constantly.
Because you're really good at teaching. So even if you're in a position where you're not a teacher per se, like let's say you're in a room answering phones with 20 other people will start to answer the phones the way that you answer the phones because you teach people things.
I mean, yeah, I was in a type of situation like that before. I've been in situations like that.
Did you have a question other than like the past life thing? Because I would say like what you said about past life, that would be a stretch for someone with your birthday.
Yeah, let's see. Question-wise, maybe what's a good adventure like down the road? Is that something you can, like maybe?
Does he have adventure?
Not business-wise, really, but like just an outlook, I guess. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You do like to plan things. So
what's that?
Instead of stepping outside of yourself to ask the question, what should I be doing? Your question for me should be more internal in that, like you should tell me what you want and tell me how you're going to get that. Because you have this ability to be able to plan things and organize things and structure things in such a way that you can have what your goals are.
Yeah, I get that. I know.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying? You understand, right?
No, yeah, that's basically what I do now. I mean, but
do you work in travel
internal.
Or music? Pardon me?
I'm just trying to think of something more internal. Like
he works in travel and music.
Yeah,
I know this person.
What's that?
Oh, thank you, Darren.
She asked you if you work in travel and music. Music?
No. No.
Well, wait a minute, man. You helped produce the intro for my show. Didn't you not?
No, not me.
No, that wasn't you? Which James am I talking to then?
James Cruz.
Okay, I'm totally mixed up.
Wrong James.
Wrong James. You sound like him too.
I've done shows. I've done a couple shows. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was just on with Kurt.
That's a bizarre. I thought for sure it was James.
I thought it was the James that Bujo's buddy James.
Yeah, my friend too.
Yeah, so did I.
That's so
You
weird.
had me fooled, man.
Oh my God.
Well, you guys are bringing up an interesting topic to do with numerology. So, for example, people named James. So this gentleman's giving us his middle name, his nickname, I'll say. And so the energy of the name James is really different than his birth name, like completely different. So people who are named James may resonate with your personality, and their focus would be similar. Like, it's funny, like your birthdays could be opposite birthdays, but if you're both named James, your personality could be very similar. So for example, like when I read for twins, they have the same birthday, but their names are different. So people named James will resonate with other people named James. Now somebody named Jamie is going to be completely different than Jim. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me, yeah.
Well, my dad's named James, and my sister named Jamie, and my brother named James, and his son named James, and my brother's...
No way.
Yes, Jamie,
No way.
My sister. I would like a reading. I'm sorry for being rude earlier. I'm a way I believe, and I'm so sorry, ma'am, Paisley. I would like a reading one day. You don't have to do it now. I didn't mean to interrupt, but when you started saying James and
oh no, you're gonna get one. You're gonna get one, dude.
Jamie, my sister, Jamie Levon, James Allen, James Kelly, Michael Paul, and little James Green the second. So that was weird when you started saying James. I'll be quiet now.
So James, did that answer your question a little bit of like when you're asking about future like adventures? Like I would say like plan something for yourself and don't go outside of yourself to ask for the information, because you can find that you have that information within already. So it's really important for you to go within. Like you're a survivor of hardships. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Many, yes, for sure.
Okay. So you know what needs to be done. And when I was speaking earlier about coming into the voice, that's a big thing for you. It doesn't mean that you're shy. I would say that you're definitely not shy because of the two, that the number two, the prior number you gave me. That indicates that, you know, you aren't scared to speak up. If something's a certain way, you'll just say how it is. But on the other hand, there are times when you don't advocate for yourself. You might advocate a lot more for other people around you than you do for yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Okay, good. So go within for your answers instead of looking outside of yourself. Have you guys on the show? Have you guys heard of the 7 Directions?
No.
No.
Okay. So when I'm doing your birthday, James, you're born on the 25th, so that's a 7, and you're born in 1978. When I add those numbers together, it's a 7, and then when I add your 2 7s and your 2 together, it's a 7. So when I look at your birthday, it's 2 7 7 7. Okay, so anytime I see 3 of a certain number, it gives me more information. So I would say like things fall into place for you. You don't have to put a ton of work into it. And it makes me think of the 7 Directions. And a really cool psychic from San Diego who was in her 80s taught me this. So most people know the 4 Directions. Darren, you know the 4 Directions? Since you're working in that industry? It's easy.
North, south, east, and west.
Thank you. Okay. And so what would the other 3 directions be? Do we have any guesses?
Up and down.
Yes.
And
that's 5
inside
and 6.
out.
Well, actually, the 7th direction is inside. The 7th direction is inside.
Oh, okay.
So north and south and east and west and above and below and within. So the 7th direction is go within.
Wow.
And so when I was doing James' reading, I'm seeing like 7 7 7, and I'm like, oh, 7 directions.
Wow.
So, James, does that make sense for you?
What's that? Sorry.
Did that make sense for you about the 7 directions?
Oh my, yeah, definitely. It does, yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. We'll have to figure out Curtis's birthday if we're going to do a reading for him.
I know his birthday. I can tell you.
He's getting one.
November 17th, 1967.
Who is that? How old are not my birthday?
Darren.
We can't tell you.
My birthday is awesome.
Yeah, November 17th, 67. My mother was November 16th, and it was midnight, and she was pushing and pushing. I was born about 10 minutes after I would have been born on her birthday, but she didn't push hard enough. Oh.
You guys are going to laugh when I do
I should not have told that. But
I'm
anyway,
ready.
Yeah, go ahead. Shuffle the cards, whatever.
No, there's no cards. I'm just looking at your birthday and your
cards.
your name.
Oh, it's just your thought process. Oh, that's better. You don't do tarot cards?
I do tarot cards, but I'm not doing them tonight.
Oh, no tarot.
I'm just reading you.
I want to be humble, and I want to shut up, and I'll listen to everything you say. And I'm so sorry.
I want you to consider what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
think about it.
I just want to say I want to say thanks. That was awesome. It was fun.
James,
and I'll
you're
let you guys,
so welcome. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, James. Sorry I confused you with my friend James.
James, my dad name.
Hey, I'll be your friend. Don't worry.
We're already friends. I just had the wrong friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I know. I talked to you the other night.
Have a good night, James. Have a great Sunday tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, James.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Thanks, 47.
All right. You're welcome. Anytime, man.
Right.
Later, man. Bye.
Bye, brother.
All right, baby. Yeah. Dig it. He got a reading. All right. He's happy.
So, Kurt, I take it that Darren knows you quite well. Is that correct?
A little bit. Only a couple of months, but we're kind of knowing each other a bit, but not like my best friend or my family around my friends around where I live. But
so
recently,
I'm gonna
we
say
got on the
some
radio
stuff on
and started talking 2 months ago.
Okay.
No, it was 4 months ago, Curtis.
Four
year.
months ago. I'm sorry.
5 months.
Has it been 5?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've known him 5 months.
Okay, perfect. I've heard you on the air before, Curtis. I know who you are.
Was
on
it
someone
a bad
else's
time
show.
when I was sloshed, or was it a nice time?
Pardon me?
Was when you heard me on the air, was I speaking cool or was I a mess? Because there were a time or two when
you were getting picked on by someone else, and it wasn't nice. Yeah.
Okay.
So Darren, I'm gonna see some stuff that I believe to be true about Curtis, and maybe you could say yes or no. Would that be okay?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, good. Because you have a rapport with Kurt, so you know his personality.
So does Wolfman.
Okay, perfect. So Mike, chime in.
All right, I'm chiming in. Here we go.
Okay. So the name Curtis, and when I add the birthday together, these two numbers are air numbers. They're 3 and 6. And so these would lead towards someone that could be very sensitive to be hurt by others, but also they, if the person's not balanced, they could suffer from depression.
Chime time, yeah.
Is that true?
Curtis, can you suffer from depression?
I believe that may be a trigger to the drinking.
Curtis?
No, I don't think I'm depressed because I always have my Lord to talk to. I like to indulge, but I'm not ever depressed because I know the outcome is going to be all right.
So he talks to himself.
I do see the world and everything that's happened, all of the death and war and all. Of course, that makes everybody depressed when you see bombs going off and people dying in the Vietnam War. I lived through. 9/11. Of course, am I going to wake up 9/12 and not be depressed? You got to think a bit deeper. Of course, we're all depressed, but I'm not a shut in where I'm shaken and depressed about life. I know my God, and I know my King. I know things will be all right one day. And
Curtis,
today's everything all right. Okay.
How about before you had your experience with the Lord? Were you depressed then?
No.
You were still.
I went on with it. We were a strong family. You know, Green. You do what you got to. You got to bold on. You got to be. Okay. You got to move on, not stop.
I don't know if that would be accurate then, Paisley.
Yeah, you might see me on this radio show and sloshy a bit, and I'm not going to do that much more anymore. I've got to stop that. But nah, I'm not a weakling. I got some brass, and I bold on and move on. And hey, go through 9/11, go through 11/22/63, go through the Vietnam War, go through Bush's president.
Hey, don't tell me all that. I don't need to know that. I'm going to do your reading. Don't do your own reading.
I'll hush now.
So people born on the 17th historically have a really strong personality, and they're not scared to speak up for themselves. So it's interesting that you're talking about, you have a lot of brass. I would say absolutely. Like if something is a certain way, you'll call it. You'll just say it. And later you'll realize you could have said it differently with a filter.
Yeah. I need to filter sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, God.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, yeah, that one
That's
gets
a ding.
definitely a...
That's a really good sound effect, Darren. That's awesome.
Curtis and I are a lot alike that
way. And Curtis is a person that, even though he may sound off about things, he's very aware of his surroundings and he likes harmony. So when there's conflict, I would say, Kurt, you're not very comfortable in and around conflict. It doesn't mean you can't hold your own. It just means conflict creates a lot of stress for you. Like it'll stress you out.
Oh, bad. Oh, so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't need it in my life. If there's conflict, there's been a reason. I'm not going to tell all the detail about it, but I'm washing my hands of a bunch of folks. Just done.
What is his birthday again? Is he
He's November 17th, 1967.
That's Libra.
Scorpio. No.
Scorpio? Okay.
Scorpio. Like me.
Scorpion.
Okay, that's
You know what, Wolfman? I don't study Scorpio and Aquarius and all that. I just look at the numbers. So sometimes I'll tell someone they're stubborn. Like, for example, November 17th can be sometimes very stubborn. And people say, oh, yeah, I'm a Taurus or whatever. But I don't study the astrology part.
Yeah, they're
stubborn. How do the numbers work? I mean, what do you think you're tapping into when you get their birth date? I mean, is it just because of the day they're born, or are you getting more than that? Just something, that comes to you.
Darren, it's magic. Come on.
It's white magic. White magic. There's something.
It's all about when we're born.
It's very scientific. It's all about the month that you're born and the day that you're born and the year that you're born. And this is why, occasionally twins will be born, and one will be born just before midnight, and one will be born just after midnight, and their personalities are going to be not the same.
Huh.
It's something about all things work for the good, including numbers. When you add up something, I'd wake up and see 111, you know what I mean? Or I wake up and see 333. Did you ever do that? When you're waking up out into sleep, there's boom, the clock be 4:44.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, 4:47 is usually what it is for me. It's always something 47.
See, there's something about that. There's something deeper
How about for you,
numbers.
Mr. Hedgehog?
Well, am I like Kurt because we're a day off? Or am I totally different?
You're totally different. You have similarities to him, but the year that you're born is different than his year. And because you're born on the 18th, you're more harmonious, you're more sensitive, you're more creative. It doesn't mean Kurt's not creative. It means you're more creative than Curtis.
Am I less stubborn?
You know what? You are similarly stubborn to him. When I add your birthday together, Darren, it comes to 8. And being born on the 17th of November comes to 8. So you both have the ability to be stubborn, but Darren, you're more accommodating because you don't like to be hurt, so you don't like to hurt others. So if your stubbornness is hurting like someone close to you, like your partner or your coworker, or you'd rather not hurt them.
Correct.
Whereas
Ever.
November 17th, they'll be like, "Oh man, that's an ugly dress. What are you wearing that for?" Like sometimes they just blur things out. It just comes out.
I would think that, which is the same in the Lord's eyes of saying, if you think it, you're saying it. I would think it, girl, what is that dress? But I would never tell her. Unless they're like my sister. I'd say, Jamie, no, don't wear that.
Thank you, Curtis. Thank you for being honest. Like this numerology is really serious, right? So it's fascinating. It's a good question, Darren.
Do you know what happened on November 18th? My brother Darren, I hate to tell you. You know what happened that day?
You told me before. That's the day that the all the people committed suicide down in
Jim Jones,
Africa.
11/18/1978. I woke up and saw that and thought, "Oh my God!"
Okay.
So you want to talk about Jim Jones, Kurt, and you like JFK?
Go on.
Listen. I got a guest for you for your show, man. You got to have Gordon Roop. He knows about all that stuff. He's a historian, all that stuff. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to have him on your show. You're gonna love this guy, Gordon Roop. And he's and he's a historian on JFK, also Lincoln, the assassination, and the Jim Jones thing. So you guys would have a great show.
Once I learn all this stuff, Wolfman, it's so hard to learn all this. If I'd ever take the time to try to study it, all these downloads and this mixer and all, I have no idea how to do it.
We got to take a break. We got to take a break. Hey, break time. Watch your clock, Darren. It's top of the hour. Anyways, it's top of the hour, so you save them for after the break. And also,
can I tell Paisley, thank you for that. That was a cool reading.
For sure.
Stay tuned for more.
And also, I would like to know after the break, is numerology, does it come from possibly from the I Ching?
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I got your reading ready for you too, Paisley.
Thank you, Adam. That's awesome, Adam. I was going to get back to Adam too after the break because he's getting ignored here. And this is another song by Mike Dunn. This is my favorite. It's called Faith Healer. All right.
Hey, Adam.
Rocking like the Wolfman on KTLK The Fringe FM.
So many questions I can't define. So many answers I can't hear. I need some time beyond the city lights. Gotta get my heart in gear. Maybe I can make it clear. I wanna learn the light to believe. I wanna cover you in gold. Lay your hands on me like faith healer and never letting go. I know you tried to do the best you could. I guess I had another plan. Oh, tell me, baby, what can I do? I'm just a solitary man. I never thought that I could lose your heart. I thought I watched you growing old. I should have told you these words from the start. I guess that's how it goes. I still gotta let you know. I wanna let you like to believe. I wanna cover you in gold. Lay your hands on me like a faith healer and I'm never letting go. This night's burning like a lonely fever. Why does it still feel so cold? Lay your hands on me like a faith cover you and go. Lay your hands on me like a faith healer, and I'm never letting go. This night's burning like a lonely fever, while it sits still, feels so cold. Lay your hands on me, I'm your faith healer, and I'm never letting go.
The Monster Castle Paranormal Radio Show. We explore the paranormal phenomenon with researchers and skeptics from all walks of life and beyond. Fridays and Saturdays, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, on KTLK, Digital Broadcasting Network, TheFringe.fm. Visit our website at monstercastleparanormal.com.
Actually, the times of that may go back to those times later, but right now the times on that commercial are wrong. Right now we're at it would be 12 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday nights, and
Wolfman, can we do an extra hour?
Yeah, we're gonna go 3 p.m. Yeah, we could, but I'd have to restart it. 3 p.m. and that's Pacific time, right? Or 2?
Can't
No,
believe
2
2
p.m.
hours are gone. I haven't even asked my questions yet.
2 p.m. Pacific. I'm trying to work out what our times here, man. Help me out.
107 in Arizona.
No, tomorrow's show is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 2 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, 2. Yeah. So we're having another show tomorrow, 2 p.m.
I requested it off so I can do it, Wolfman.
All right. So, anyways, the best way, if people listening to us, is to find us on Spreaker.com. That's Speaker with an R in there, Spreaker.com, and favorite us. Just search for Monster Castle Paranormal and favorite us, and you'll get an email whenever we go live. That's the coolest thing. And you can get access to our full archives there, free archives. If you want to listen for 24-hour entertainment, then just Google thefringe.fm, not .com, just thefringe.fm. That's the network we're on, and they play shows all day long for you. And they play our reruns all night long, all week long. We got a caller. You're on the air. You're on the air.
Perfect. I'm Autumn.
Autumn, Oracle. How you doing?
How are you guys?
It's the Oracle.
Good.
You've been trying to get through it.
Hi,
How
Autumn.
are you guys?
Awesome.
Hi.
Hey there.
Do I get a reading tonight?
Oh, sure. You can have a reading. Paisley will be right back.
That's what I was
She'll
hoping
be back.
for.
She is. She's back.
All right.
Autumn, who did you want a reading with?
I don't know who was our guest tonight.
Paisley is our
That's
guest.
me.
And she's the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you do a reading?
For sure. Is Autumn your birth name?
Yes. Of course.
And when's your date of birth?
11/19/1986.
Okay. And did you have a question?
No, actually I don't. I was just hoping to get a reading.
Okay. I'm just adding your numbers together here.
Maybe
quickly.
it's is moving.
I would say you're fairly balanced, Autumn. Are you a psychic?
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider myself a psychic, but I have
Yes, she is.
energy.
Yes, she is.
Come on.
Come on, I'm an oracle. I'm not a psychic.
So we have water and fire and air. And the way the numbers are showing themselves to me, being born on the 19th autumn with this name and the year and the month that you're born, you have a lot of intuitive ability, but you can be sometimes too humble with your skills. So sometimes I'll look at someone with this birthday with like your name is a 6, and so when I look at this, it tells me, oh, she's a reader. She's got mystic ability. And I say to people, oh, are you a reader? And they say, well, I have 22 decks of tarot cards at home, but I'm not a reader. Do you have divination tools that you use?
Not really. I like, personally, whatever is asked of me, then I give. But it's always not my best thing either, because people don't want to listen.
So do you get information for people without them asking a question?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And do you ask them if they want to hear the answer, or do you just start telling them what you get?
Sometimes it comes out, and then sometimes I ask.
Okay, you're gonna be a lot more successful if you ask them first, because sometimes people aren't quite ready to hear what you have to say, because you're here to teach them.
Right.
Yeah, your lesson in this lifetime is to inspire other people.
Perfect.
So
love that.
You've seen the show The Long Island Medium? Teresa Caputo,
actually.
The New York psychic. Okay, so she kind of goes around and almost like attacks people with her information. I realize, there's TV cameras and microphones and everything going on while she's, doing her show, but she kind of blindsides people with the information. It comes on really strong. It's really rare that you see her sort of ask people, may I give you the information? And permission is such an important piece to this, because like you would never, be out in public and have a dentist there who's going to like start pulling out your teeth because there's something wrong with your teeth. You would like make an appointment. You would go to the dentist. You would ask them to fix your teeth. You wouldn't just randomly, let somebody take your teeth, right? You know what I mean?
Right. No, I totally understand what you're saying.
You're a healer to the people around you.
That better. So thank you.
And you provide healing. You have the ability. Your personality sometimes can be right on point, where you kind of have a personality that's similar to Princess Diana, like very generous, very kind, very helpful, very much of service to other people. Mike, can you speak to that for her?
I can.
Okay, yeah.
Do you find that to be true, Darren?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Like, generous and humble and like giving.
Oh, definitely. She's been on and done readings for people, so that's as giving as you can get.
And she's on the air telling me she's not a reader.
And she has read people. And actually, Darren said
she doesn't do it on the spot though.
Yeah,
she looks at pictures and she gets all this information. She's more of a medium, aren't you?
How do you do it?
Yes, yeah. That's actually I feel more connected to that than a reader.
Yeah, but then Darren said that he had the most accurate reading from you than anyone else he's ever had a reading from.
You and Paisley both.
Well, he allowed that, so he asked. He was open to that.
Paisley, she got my father, and she nailed like 6 things that we did together the year he died, 1978. It was amazing.
It is amazing. She's very gifted.
She's just getting started, and she's going to start her own Spreaker show, and she's just getting going here, I think.
And I would say very much an empath, Autumn. Like you would feel information. Is that correct?
My thing than most things. Yes.
Yeah. So do you use protection before you read for people? I'm not talking about condoms. I'm talking about psychic protection, Do you
I don't
protect yourself?
Read for people very often. So
okay.
That's not like I said, like it's not my main thing, but I know that I can do it, and I think that's actually a very good idea to protect yourself before you do those things. So
yeah, because you're an empath,
for that information.
Like, information comes to you, I'll say. Like, you feel it, or you see it, or you hear it, and so when you're receiving all this information from different places, or receiving really intense information, it can sometimes either drain you or set you back.
It's good.
What's that, Adam?
It can what?
Adam, go ahead.
Yeah, and in psionics, it's called analytic overlay or overload, and that with so much information coming into your mind, it can do things such as give you headaches or disorient you. It can make you feel tired.
Yes,
emotional balance.
Yes.
You feel tired when you do readings?
Sometimes, but not usually. I actually
for
feel
me,
more
Darren, it's interesting because I use protection a lot. So for me, when I do readings, I get totally energized.
I was going to say that would be adrenaline when you get in that zone. You'd be like, huge. more.
Yeah, I'm on. But sometimes the information comes like late at night and to your sleep, which actually causes more cloudiness than clarity. So.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
But so like all you do and what you do, and it's about the same. But yeah, you even talked in your dream. You think about things deep in your dream. But like, say your average preacher, just a Christian preacher, he uses all that. He dreams about what he's going to preach the next day. He's going to tell a message about all what it's about. So use your dreams, use your daily life and all of that, whether it's doing how you guys do it or whether it be somebody at a pulpit. You know what I mean?
Is that what you do for your show on Sundays, Curtis?
I'll include that a little bit. I've only had 2 shows, so we'll bring that up.
Nice.
But I just, a little insight that we're all like the same. Whether you do it from a pulpit, whether you do it...
We are actually all the same because we are light energy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, totally.
And if you split us open, and splatter our guts all over the pavement, we all look all the same too.
Actually,
oh yeah.
Most of the people who are prophets or people who are philosophers who've come to show us that we are actually all the same, and we all have a lot of very high abilities to do the same thing that I'm doing, that you could do, that we all can do.
If
we all very light energy sources, and we can do that, the same thing.
If you like,
all of us,
concentrate on somebody's head blowing up, can you do it?
Oh no!
Only if it's an alien.
What kind of question is that?
He's just nuts.
I don't know.
I know.
Mike, it's time for you to go make grilled cheese sandwich.